What's happening? It's your top dollar JayHooray, because it's a celebration when you see me. I want to appreciate y'all for tuning into Higher Self Wednesday, where I help you become your higher self on Wednesday. Want to appreciate y'all's eyes, ears, and attention, because it could have been anywhere else, but instead, it's right here with me. And I so very much appreciate that. Okay? Now, today's Higher Self Wednesday is going to consist of a video I dropped last week. You know, we were talking about having long and rough and tough days. This video, I'm going to give y'all some helpful tips to help you overcome those long days. Okay? Now, these are some things that I implement anytime I have a rough day. Like I said, we all have rough days, so these are some of the things that I implement to help me get through. So I feel like it would help you guys if you implement them too. So I'm going to give y'all a little game. All right. Now, the first helpful way to get over them long days is pausing. Okay. Now, you can't pause the moment, but you can pause your mind. All right. Now, let me just give you some imagery. If you in the middle of a tornado, you can't stop that tornado. Okay. But you can stop your mind from going crazy in that tornado. So life, you know what I mean? Life is life in that day, smacking you all around. You on a roller coaster, get smacked all around. Take a pause. Pause your mind. And that would steal things. That would put things back in your control. And it would give you more of a release from the chaotic, To pause. Take a good 30 seconds and just breathe. Take a good 30 seconds, okay? Just put things back in your control, because life gonna do what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If you having a long day and everything just keep adding up, what you can control is how you react. All right? So take a pause. Take a pause. Just like if you watch the movie and it get real scary, press a pause. Go get some water, and then come back, get yourself right. If you playing 2K, going crazy on 2K and they stressing you, you can't get past that Hall of Fame in the finals, just pause that thing and come on back. You got to do that with your life. All right? Take a pause and then come on back. Okay? Now, the next helpful way to help you overcome those long days is shifting the story. Okay? Now, as I said, we got control over our lives. The things that happen to us, salute, so be it, right? But we always can control how we react. So telling yourself, if you had a long day, right, and everything just seemed to be going wrong and you just can't put your finger on it, instead of saying, man, this is the worst day ever, this is the longest day, horrible day, switch it from that tone to switching it to, this is preparing me for something. What lessons am I garnering from this day? This day may be long, but I know tomorrow is going to be strong. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta play tricks with your mind, because your mind will run you crazy if you let it. So you got to put that thing in the headlock. You got to get control over it. Okay? So shifting the story. You are the narrator. You always got to remember, you are the narrator. You the one in the driver's seat. You control this. You run this. Right? So you got to shift the story. Anytime it's getting rough, anytime it's getting tough, just look at it from the optimistic way. What am I getting from this? What am I gaining from this? You know what I'm saying? Why am I going through this? Instead of, oh my God, it's horrible. And it's just going to keep getting worse, because your mind is already narrowed in on that path. Your mind is like a magnet. So whatever you saying, whatever thoughts you putting in there, that's what you're going to receive. So you got to switch your thought pattern quick in a hurry. Okay? And watch that it change for you. All right? Now, another helpful tip and way to help you overcome those long, rough days is breaking the day down in micro wins. Okay. Now, we can always point out, what's going wrong. We can always point out the bad, but sometimes we forget just to point out the good. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed the bad more. It's going to make it grow. Pour that into the good. You know what I'm saying? I woke up this morning. I could move my arms. My legs working. You know what I'm saying? If you got hair, I got hair on my head. Something simple. I got food in the refrigerator. The good things, the things to be grateful for. And that will offset those bad moments. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't no such thing as no bad day. It's just a bad moment. But to even it out, everything that was going rough for the day, throw some good in there. Let that come back. You know what I'm saying? Let it meet in the middle. So everything that's bad, that you say is bad, throw some good at it. All right? And watch that'll help. Okay? So anytime, it's getting rough, try to focus on the wins, the little wins. The little wins accumulate to big wins. So you got to start little first. All right? Now, another helpful way is underestimated is changing your environment. Okay? Now, if you in a place where ain't no good coming from this place, you got to remove yourself. You got to get gone. Don't just stand there and just let bad just keep smack you all in the face. No, you got to get out. You got to go. Whether that's, stepping outside, going for a walk, driving to a park, anything. Sometimes you got to remove yourself as well. So if your environment ain't environmenting for you, I don't know if that's a word, but if it ain't environmenting for you, you got to go find an environment that is for you. Okay? So get up and get out and do something. All right? Go find a place to woosah. Go find a place that's for you. Energy is real. So sometimes it ain't even you. Sometimes it's just somebody around you that could be influencing your energy, and then they energy got your day going long and bad, which ain't supposed to. But as soon as you remove yourself, then all the good comes. So remove yourself. Find a place alone. Find a place that you can get, that peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? So changing your environment is going to be real valuable. All right. Now, sometimes you just got to ask. You got to ask God or whoever y'all think up there. Sometimes you just got to ask, hey, what is going on? Why is my day going like this? Why is my day rough like this? What lessons are you teaching me? And you'll get your answers. It might not be right away, but you will receive some answers. You will receive some clarity. But that helps put your mind at ease, And when you're asking, you're not putting yourself like, oh, I'm by myself. You know what I mean? You're actually asking for help, and you will receive help. You ask, you shall receive. That's how that go. So but they be all up in my video, don't they? But you ask, you shall receive. You're never by yourself. Having that extra help will give you that confidence to keep your head up, going through the storm. You know what I'm saying? If it's raining, sometimes you need to just ask for an umbrella. Okay? Now, another quick and helpful way is just borrowing some energy from your future self. All right? Now, that consists of, you just looking further past this moment. Life is all about moments. Now, you could choose to, let this moment pass, or you could, have this moment put you on your, you know what I'm saying? So, borrowing from your future self consists of looking further down the line, looking at yourself, how you will be after this long day. You know what I'm saying? So your future self, envisioning yourself, having like a beautiful, wonderful, prosperous day. Take a little bit of that energy from the future and bring it on to the present. Envision how you would feel. Imagine how you would feel in that moment in the future. And that will enhance that moment in the present day tremendously. Okay? Now, implement those helpful ways, and that will help you get through. Now, mind you, some days longer than others. So, some days, them little helpful ways ain't gonna get it done for you. You know what I'm saying? Some days be rough, but that's when you gotta go extra gear. That's when those tips and helpful ways is needed the most. Okay? So, we all go through rough and tough days. I do myself, but those are some ways that help me get through. All right? But I want to appreciate y'all for tuning in with your top dollar, JayHooray. Find somebody to help today, okay? Spread some love, all right? Peace, love, and prosperity. I holla.